Julius Malema's song of struggle, protest, hate speech, or painful memory? F. Leader Julius Malema's defiant chanting of a controversial anti-apartheid song sparks renewed debate in South Africa and abroad. Is it protected political expression or dangerous incitement? A deep dive into history, identity, and justice in post-apartheid South Africa. In the volatile intersection of history, justice, and race, words can act like weapons or salves. And in South Africa, few words have stirred more emotional heat recently than those sung by Julius Malema, "Kill the Boer, kill the farmer." At a recent Economic Freedom Fighters rally, the firebrand politician once again belted out the Liberation-era chant, drawing thunderous applause from his supporters and outrage from critics who see it as a call to violence. For Malema, it is not just a song, it's a reminder of the brutal struggle against apartheid. For others, especially white South Africans, it evokes fear, trauma, and deep-seated insecurity. This isn't merely a dispute over lyrics. It's a struggle over the soul of a nation still trying to reconcile its painful past with its democratic present. What does the song mean? The song in question, often attributed to the anti-apartheid resistance, was sung by those fighting a system that legally dehumanized the majority of South Africans. Boer referred to the white Afrikaner establishment that ran the apartheid regime. To the oppressed, it was symbolic of systemic violence. Malema argues the chant is a piece of revolutionary culture, not a literal incitement. It represents a cry of the oppressed against their oppressors. It's history, he says, and no court will erase our struggle. But times have changed. South Africa is no longer under apartheid. Many ask, does the struggle song still serve its purpose, or has its meaning evolved into something more dangerous? Legal and ethical debate, protest or hate speech. South Africa's Human Rights Commission previously ruled that chanting the song amounts to hate speech, citing the potential for inciting racial division and violence, particularly amid ongoing reports of attacks on white farmers in rural parts of the country. Yet courts and constitutional scholars remain divided. South Africa's post-apartheid constitution robustly defends freedom of expression, especially political speech. The problem arises when historical symbolism collides with current realities, and metaphor becomes misconstrued or weaponized. In today's climate, where misinformation spreads rapidly and racial tensions are still volatile, even symbolic speech can have real-world consequences. International firestorm, Trump's misstep. The controversy took a global turn when US President Donald Trump confronted President Cyril Ramaphosa in the Oval Office, accusing South Africa of enabling white genocide, citing the chant as evidence. Trump even presented a video clip purportedly from South Africa, only for it to later be revealed as footage from the Democratic Republic of Congo. This diplomatic debacle not only exposed the dangers of misinformation but also highlighted how narratives around race in South Africa are often distorted to serve foreign political agendas. Ramaphosa, to his credit, remained composed and fact-driven, but the moment exposed the fragile perception of post-apartheid South Africa on the world stage. Pain, power, and memory. The question at the heart of this controversy is neither legal nor political. It's deeply emotional and psychological. Who owns the narrative of pain? Who decides when a symbol of struggle becomes a symbol of hate? For Black South Africans, especially those who lived through apartheid, chants like "Kill the Boer" are part of a larger emotional legacy, a language of resistance forged in the fires of injustice. For white South Africans, particularly Afrikaner farmers, the words may feel like a reminder that forgiveness is conditional, and that security is fragile. Many live with the memory of land expropriations, isolated farm attacks, and fears of becoming a political scapegoat. Both experiences are real. But can they coexist? Conclusion: can a divided past lead to a shared future? Julius Malema's insistence on chanting a controversial song is not just political theatre, it is a flashpoint in South Africa's larger identity crisis. It forces the nation to ask, how do we honor painful histories without perpetuating division? How do we remember the songs of our past without silencing the voices of the present? At its best, South Africa is a miracle of forgiveness, a country that traded vengeance for reconciliation. At its worst, it teeters on the edge of bitterness, unable to resolve what was promised and what was delivered. Can a nation sing the songs of its past without reawakening the wounds they came from? Or must it write new verses that speak to unity, not vengeance?